Before the sun shows itself, I am already awake because the herd has shifted. A body brushes past mine in the dark, hooves press into damp ground. Someone exhales, long and heavy, and the sound moves through the shelter like a signal. I lift my head slowly, blinking into shadow. My eyes are not sharp in this low light, but I do not rely on sight alone. I smell the air first. It carries the warm scent of grass stored in hay, the earthy smell of soil, and the familiar breath of other cows. There is also the faint trace of night, coolness, moisture, and distant animals moving beyond the fence. My nostrils widen and close again as I sort those scents without effort. Nothing is close enough to alarm the herd. Still, I listen. My ears turn towards small sounds, a bird stirring early, the scrape of wood, the shifting weight of a calf as it changes position. The herd is calm, that matters. Calm is safety. I rise, pushing up with steady weight, unfolding legs that have been folded beneath me. My joints are slow for a moment, then smooth. I stretch my neck forward, letting my spine lengthen. A low breath leaves me, and I step forward into the open air. Morning is cool on my face. Dew sits on the grass like quiet light. I move toward it because my body needs to fill itself again. My stomach is never truly empty. It is built to work constantly, turning plant fiber into energy. Even when I rest, my digestion continues. I lower my head and begin to graze. My tongue wraps around grass and pulls it free, and my teeth cut it cleanly. The taste is fresh and damp. I chew just enough to swallow, then take another mouthful. I do not chew deeply yet. That comes later when I rest. First I collect. Around me the herd spreads out. We do not graze in silence, but in the soft language of movement. A cow steps closer. Another turns away. A calf stays near its mother, matching her pace, learning the rhythm of feeding. We keep distance to avoid pressure, but we remain close enough to feel like one body. As the light strengthens, I hear the human arrive. The sound is not threatening, it is familiar. The gate creaks, footsteps approach. A voice rises briefly, then fades. The herd glances up together, heads lifting like a wave. Our eyes and ears align for a moment, checking. Then we return to feeding. When food is placed in troughs, I approach without rushing. I know the order. Stronger cows take space first. Others wait. I step forward when there is room and lower my head. The feed smells richer than grass, heavier with grain. I eat it steadily, but I do not hurry. Too much too fast makes the belly uncomfortable. My body prefers slow and constant. After feeding, I drink. Water is cold. I take long pulls, swallowing deeply. The sound of my drinking is loud in my own ears, but I keep listening beyond it. While I drink, I cannot hear as well. That is when I lift my head often, checking for movement. When the sun climbs higher, heat spreads across my back. This is when I slow down. I stand with my herd and rest. Rest does not mean silence inside my body. My stomach continues to work. The first stomach, the rumen, holds grass I swallowed earlier. Now I bring it back gently in a soft rising motion. A ball of partly digested grass returns to my mouth. I chew it slowly. This is rumination. It is how I take time with food, breaking it down fully. Chewing again keeps me calm and keeps my body fed. My jaw moves in long circles, my eyes half close. Flies land on my skin, and I flick my tail in wide arcs, swatting them away. My ears twitch as insects crawl too close. My skin shivers in small ripples. I do not fight the heat. I conserve energy by staying still. Midday is quiet, but the quiet changes suddenly. A sharp noise snaps from the far side of the field. A dog barks nearby, fast, harsh, close. Heads rise across the herd. My heart jumps. My muscles tighten. I stop chewing. I face the sound. My nostrils flare wide. The herd compresses slightly, bodies moving closer together without speaking. Calves tuck nearer to their mothers. We do not charge. We do not chase. We prepare to flee if we must, because that is our strength. The barking comes again. Closer, I step back once, then again. My legs are ready to run, but I do not run yet. Running without direction wastes energy and separates the herd. We wait for more signs. A human appears near the dog. The barking stops. The sound becomes distant again, fading like wind. Slowly, The herd releases its tension. Breath returns to my chest in longer waves. My jaw begins to move again. I take one more careful mouthful of grass, and the world settles back into its rhythm. By evening, the heat loosens its grip. The light turns soft and low. I graze again, filling my stomach with fresh grass before the night. I drink once more. I stand near other cows, shoulder to shoulder, bodies close enough to share warmth when the air cools. As darkness arrives, I lower myself onto the ground, folding legs beneath me. My head stays up longer than my body wants. I listen until the herd becomes still. Then I rest, because tomorrow the grass will taste new again, and I will begin the slow work of feeding once more. Night comes quietly, but my body does not forget that the dark holds movement. Even when I lie down, my ears stay active. They turn toward distant sounds and return to neutral again. The herd rests in a loose circle, bodies placed so that no one is completely alone. This closeness is not affection the way humans describe it. It is protection. Many eyes and ears reduce danger. I sleep in short pieces. Sometimes I doze with my head low. Sometimes I lift it suddenly when a sound changes, even if nothing appears. A cow does not need to see a predator to know one may exist. We are built to react quickly. That is how our ancestors survived. The air grows cooler after midnight. Dew forms again. The scent of grass becomes sharper. I breathe it in and feel my stomach work steadily. Digestion continues through the night. The rumen never truly stops. At some point, I rise, not because I must, but because standing allows me to shift pressure and stay comfortable. I stretch my neck and take a few steps, then stop. The field is dark, but shapes still exist. I can see the fence line as a faint boundary. I can see the bodies of the herd as gentle hills in the shadow. A distant sound drifts across the land, a fox call, then silence. My ears lock forward, I hold still. The herd does not move. The sound is too far, too small, not a direct risk. Still, my body stores it. Before dawn, the world begins to change again. Birds stir early. The wind shifts direction. New scents arrive. The smell of distant animals. The faint trace of smoke from far away. My nostrils flare. I lift my head high and scan. Morning returns slowly, as it always does, and the herd rises with it. I stand and stretch my legs. I take a few steps, then lower my head to graze. Grass tastes cool in the early hours. I eat steadily, pulling mouthful after mouthful, swallowing with calm rhythm. The herd spreads out again. Calves move closer to their mothers. Some nudge gently, seeking milk. Mothers stand steady, allowing it. Milk is energy turned into life. It is costly, so mothers eat more and rest carefully. The calf's suckling is quick and focused. Then the calf returns to the shadow of the herd, staying near safety. As the day warms, I begin rumination again. I lie down in a comfortable place, legs folded beneath me, and chew cud slowly. My jaw moves in wide circles, steady and patient. This second chewing is not optional. It is necessary. It extracts what the first swallow could not. It is how grass becomes strength. Midday brings heat again, and with it comes challenge. The sun climbs. The air grows heavy. Flies gather in greater numbers now. They land on my eyes, my ears, my sides. I swish my tail repeatedly. I stamp one hoof, then another, shaking insects loose. I flick my ears sharply, trying to dislodge what crawls too close. Sometimes I walk toward shade. Sometimes I stand in a breeze. Wind helps. It keeps flies from settling. When there is no wind, I stand closer to others, because moving insects are harder to tolerate alone. Then the survival moment returns, sudden and clear. A loud crack comes from the fence line. A fast movement follows. My head snaps up. A bird bursts from tall grass, wings beating sharply. The sound is startling in the heat, and my body reacts as if danger has leapt from the ground. The herd jolts, hooves shift, breath shortens. For a moment we all prepare to run. I take one step sideways, then another. My muscles tighten, my heart pounds, but the movement is already gone. The bird disappears into the sky. The sound fades. We stop. We do not keep running. We return to stillness slowly, because unnecessary running spends energy and brings injury. Panic is costly. The herd relearns calm by holding position, breathing long, and grazing again when ready. As evening arrives, the heat softens. The pasture becomes comfortable once more. I graze steadily again, building reserves for the night. My body prefers routine. Routine keeps my stomach balanced and my herd stable. When the human returns, we watch without fear because we recognize the pattern. Gates open, feed is placed, water is refreshed. The world remains consistent. Night returns. I settle again near the herd, folding my legs beneath me. My jaw begins its slow chewing as I ruminate, turning grass into warmth and strength. My ears turn toward distant sounds, then relax again. The dark holds movement, but the herd holds safety. And tomorrow, when the first light touches the grass, I will lift my head and begin again.